Poďme to porodiť. Ako porad skontrolovať zvukovosť, poď skontrolovať zvukovosť, operáte sa či odsypal, ako má, či sa ústavil. Poďme to porodiť. Dobre, tak začíname. 831. Začíname 831. relaxačný tréningový deň, 27.2.2026. Je piatok, to sú klikožrutý 100, 90, 80, 70, 60 klikstejov. Začíname 19.34, piče sa má 18.34. Každému podľa gusta, podľa svastiky, my začíname 19.34. Prvá séria 100 klikožruto, 100 kliksterov. A púšťame speeda ako podmas.
Get those resources like the crystals from
100
other
klikov,
places.
100
I
klikov,
was glad
prvá
doing
séria.
the Creator Roundtable yesterday. You guys gave me a lot of good positive feedback in my Discord. You also joined the giveaway, which is a massive W. So it was really great being able to do so for the PvP and the health of the game. Now, obviously, that doesn't lead with no hate, because I've seen your comments. Obviously, I know there's going to be a hate comments, mainly because of two reasons. One, because people think I'm a doom poster of the game, because I make negative videos wanting things to change. Now, if we are kind of realistic about the game, we have seen that the game is dipping down negatively, and we've seen that that is cause of issues within the game. That's why people are quitting. Now, when I'm making videos on this, doesn't mean I'm a doom poster, but you guys can classify me as a doom poster. And many of you guys didn't want me on the Creator Round table because I doom post. Now, let me just ask you, just logically, just put your hate, try to put your hate on the side for a second. Would you guys want suggestions about the game from people that are glazing the game, saying the game is perfect, is in a good spot? Or would you want some feedback from people that are actually giving criticism and constructive feedback? Just asking a question right here. Because if it was me and I was doing anything, I wouldn't want people fully glazing the game to give feedback. We've seen many games recently, like High Guard and other games, completely fail because they're this positive energy always around the game, so you're not going to get fixes. So me talking about the game and the issues of the game is because I want it fixed, but I
Takže
can
vyhrali sme
also
titul
be critical about it, right?
a
That's
tento rok.
most of the hate is
Pohár sme
coming
prehali.
from those kind of people because they want me to say, oh, everything is good, the game is perfect, all that good stuff. And the second thing is people questioning my PvP experience inside the game because it's a PvP roundtable, right? So why spin on there? It doesn't have PvP experience. So I wanted to talk about my PvP experience because for those that have been following me for a while would probably know most of my PvP history within the game and also the game, the general PvP history. But it is fair to me to just explain you guys what kind of PvP experience I have inside of the game so you guys understand, like, does Spid know what he's talking about or not? So let's just talk about this real quick, and then I want to talk about the issues, because what is really funny about the roundtable and the hate comments is nobody's talking about the things that I've said inside the roundtable. Nobody's saying, yo, Spit said this, that is completely dumb. No, Spit said this, I don't agree with that. They're just saying, trying to discredit what I'm saying without even using my points.
No, ideme
That
druhá
just
séria,
makes me
90
believe
klikov,
that I did
90
a good
klikov.
job, and I probably hit points where people cannot really disagree with because they do agree with it, but they're just trying to discredit me because they don't like me, which is in itself pretty funny. But at the end of the day, we want the game to succeed. So let's just talk about my PvP history. Now, for the people that don't know my PvP history, I'm going to try to explain it real quick. When the game first started, I was in the rank 1 guild in the game, and we used to basically fight massive alliances in every single server that we were and went to. Massive, big, competitive alliance. We used to fight. Back then, you could have 3-4 alliances, and that happened for a long time. We used to chase people because people used to run away from us. And then we went to a server, and the enemy guild ran away, and there was like transfer limit to how many times you could transfer. So we were stuck on a server, but I was able to transfer away from the server. So I left that guild, rank 1 guild, went to a different guild because there was PvP happening there. That's where a lot of the drama with another guild called Failure happened. There was a lot of chaos around there. They made even diss tracks about me, which is pretty crazy for a guild to do. But then after that, I went back to the rank 1 guild, and then the war games stuff came into the game, and I used to do war games competitively, PP wise, every single day. It was war games every single day after bosses, just PP all day. And then the tournament came, the war games tournament, and I casted the tournament both season 1 and season 2 with Blue for the games, so I could give my PvP feedback and my experience from doing war games. And then after the war games tournament, I left the rank 1 guild because of toxicity. And then I used to farm them in Nebula Island. There's a bunch of videos on everything that I'm saying. So if you guys want to check these out, you guys can. We used to farm them in Nebula Island. They got pretty mad, pretty toxic. Used to send me death threats and stuff because of this. So you can see where a lot of the PvP hate is coming from. Understand? And then I was in a smaller guild because I wanted to enjoy the smaller,
Ima treća
just
serija,
for
80
casual. So I
do
was
80
playing with my
do
6-man static inside of the guild. So we just 6 players in the guild. We used to challenge rift stones versus guilds of 20, 30 people, and used to win these rift stones against 20, 30 people as a 6-man guild. And that is a video too. You guys can watch and check it out. And then after that, backgrounds came. I mean, I don't really have to talk much about backgrounds. Everything is on my channel, on my live stream or videos. I mean, getting rank 1s in BGs is basically what I do. I don't play with the static right now, but that is my PvP experience inside the game. I would say I have probably more PvP experience than most players inside of the game. And I understand the core mechanics, and I've seen how the meta have shifted from different builds and metas and how the competitive... I also keep an eye on competitive game today, even though the war games have died a little bit down and it's not that competitive anymore. I still keep an eye and try to see what kind of metas people are playing. But mainly right now, I'm doing like solo, Nebula Island, or Battlegrounds, stuff like that. But that is my PvP experience. So people saying I don't have PvP experience, I don't completely agree with you. Okay, I don't agree with you. I mean, you can use this information and do with whatever that you want. So that was like the most of the points that people were making, that I don't have this PvP experience. But then now you see you have a PvP experience. So please, now can we talk about what I said during the roundtable? I'll try to summary a little bit of my points that I made. There's more points that I made, but let's just talk about the points that I made and see if you guys agree or disagree with me. Number one is I, of course, talk about daggers. Extremely popular secondary weapon. I think nobody can disagree with me at this because this is the reality. And it's strong due to evasion stacking, camouflage cloak, cooldown loops, smoke screen immunity, evasion values, just in general, dagger issue. I brought this up. Nobody has said anything about me talking about daggers because I think most people agree. And what is really sad is I know a lot of you guys use dagger as a secondary PvP weapon, so I understand why you guys would be mad at me
čtvrtá
talking
séria.
about this. But it is a
70
problem
do
inside the game,
70
unfortunately.
poisterov.
It makes a really big problem for new players to get into the game because of daggers in general. Then for the greatsword, I came up with, or I talked about that ascending slash prone feels uncounterable, which is pretty true. While you can get away from skills like stunning blow and stuff, and you can build around it, ascending slash does feel extremely powerful. So that was my point on the greatsword and how you could manage it. I also talked a bunch about the tanks, but I didn't want to cover tank in this because, I mean, the discussion was just toxic and crazy about tanks in general. But my main thing was talking about the cooldown issues, like cooldown skills in general. I didn't put that, but I can put that too. Cooldown skills in general, and this is talking about like skills like morale boost, talking about things like weapons that has this phantom smoke screen, cooldown reduction. Just in general, skills that give cooldown reductions are just extremely OP and can easily be stacked. Right? You see Steel Hearts going crazy in BGs because they can just spam morale boost, right? You have, there's a reason daggers can just smoke screen, or assassination stand can just camouflage cloak. There's many skills like this. So everything with a cooldown, in my opinion, needs some kind of limit. Then I brought up with the evasion and hit system.
Posledná 5. séria. 60 klikov, že do 60 klikov. No, vyhrali sme ligu. To je zaujímavý. Nie je to dobre, že sme vyhrali, ale vyhrali sme. Oba je to za nami. Rekapitulujeme si to. ...831. relaxačný tréningový deň je za nami. Bolo 27.2.2026 piatok, skončili sme 19.44. Piče som mal 18.44, každému podľa gusta podľa svastiky. My sme skončili 19.44, dlhý segment, trval 11 minút. Stáva sa.